Honda, everybody. I tried to be historically accurate, waiting for the real amount of time between Shimazu and Nobunaga to pass, but felt like that was a bit stupid. So let's punish Japan again for creating anime. Today is Nobunaga's time, and here we can choose who we play as based on location and different buffs for different clans. We're ignoring everything and picking the only one that matters. Oda, because it's his scenario. And Samurai Printer goes. A side bonus for choosing Oda in this scenario is his location on the map, in the middle of everyone who hates him. Because Oda's citizens breed like rabbits, we don't have to waste time on the economy and can start pushing right away. Not everyone hates us from the beginning, so we can walk by Takeda for now unscathed. Uesugi is the primary target for now. Father, no, please, we're over 18. Alas, 'twas but a trick, for the army is underage, but enough to kill the holy diddler. The set design here is really pretty, but one of the few things that work well in this scenario. And yes, I am just bitter about all the enemies having unlimited resources. And I am also very bitter about the unnecessary amphibious assault that disrupt my economy. But not the war machine. The war machine never stops. We march on again to Usuge, and naturally beeline to their monasteries because I hate monks, while the rams sneak around to the castle in the back. House. The Suge had another castle in the back, and my micro is questionable, but Katana's two stone structures are like deep water pressure to billionaires. And now Oda learns crenellations from the Teutons. What a beautiful and helpful alliance. Purple out of the way, leaving us with two other players on the mainland. Takeda, who's still alive to us at this point, and Mori, the orange anal prolapse. My fish and chips! Oh yeah, the Shokosake also have a little base west of us, but nothing that scary or well defended. Oh my fucking god, these fire ships. And you may wonder why I called it Mori and Anal Prolapse, since we haven't had an interaction with them yet. But as you can see here, I take my eyes away from the army for a second to train villagers, and boom! 48 soldiers lie dead, without a single enemy in sight. At first, I was flabbergasted. How did 80% of my army just die without a reason? Were all of them cheated on and committed Sudoku to hide the shame? Did they have info on Epstein's Island and the US government silenced them? But then, another army was ready, and I didn't really care enough to investigate. One thing was for sure, I was not taking my eyes off of them for a second this time. If some supernatural force was killing the forces of Nobunaga, I had to see it with my own eyes. Deep inside Mori territory, something was happening. Somehow I could target the campfires on the ground, but testing the attack was difficult with all the defenses targeting me. When we finally managed to send a lone samurai to see what it's about, my worst fears are confirmed. The Mori were using the campfires as targets for fucking tomahawk missiles. Thankfully the damage was much smaller this time, and we were able to take down the castle, the town center, and everything else around. Just you wait, bitch, I have my own ships now. So now you have a better idea of how much of an anal polyp Mori is. They lead the scoreboard by nuking their enemies with almost invisible nuclear landmines. Luckily, we're the Soviet Union of this scenario. When you don't feed your troops enough, you can have plenty of them. But like, who thought this was a good gameplay mechanic? You can wipe out a whole army with one single landmine. If we didn't have such a cheap and fast-to-train military, I think I would have restarted and chosen the Mori, just so I don't have to fight them. At least the AI is stupid, and only puts mines in the obvious entrance point, so we can walk around them and take them from behind. Call me a betting website, cause I'm about to destroy your future. Speaking of which, how fucked up is it that you can't open any sort of media without getting bombarded by betting ads? There's so much advertising against drugs, cigarettes, and alcohol, and yet, we can bet on when the US will strike Iran. Like there won't be hundreds of casualties and disruption in the region. And people are betting hundreds of millions of dollars on it. Just go to polymarket.com. That's not even the worst thing that there's a bet on. Oh yeah, the Mori also took a page from the redacted playbook and recruited redacted bombers, but we redacted them before they redacted us. I had a lot more to rant about gambling, but honestly it's more sad than what we can make fun of it. And it doesn't seem like it'll get better anytime soon. So like, be careful, like it really can ruin your life. Mori back to where they belong, and now everyone hates us. Which sounds bad, but allows us to take the fight to Takeda next door. Oh no, we're bankrupt, time to run for president. But we planned after seeing the markets in Kyoto, just have to make them open the door. We still had some troops left, so we could pester Takeda a bit while we fixed our broken economy. The Mori took up a lot of our time with their stupid landmines, so we tried being more efficient and going only for important buildings. Well, this is just a bonus. We continued to push into Red's territory and destroy critical infrastructure. And I can't trade with Kyoto. Why can't I trade with Kyoto? All I've done so far is erase 2 clans from existence and have every other declare war on me. One interesting thing in the scenario is that our color is officially blue, but it changes depending on the clan we choose. I don't think there's another scenario that does this as well. Takeda is a walk in the park to deal with, and quickly we take down all their castles and town centers. Sadly, they have a lot of those, but hey, at least there's no fucking landmines. I also have a feeling that they're rebuilding the town centers, but thankfully, they can't build as fast as we can destroy. And Takeda joins Mori and Sugubi in Satan's lap. Time to prepare for the sea adventures. At this point, we have to decide if we want to finish this by fighting the Otomi or the Chochosake. And I mean, the Otomi hasn't done anything to us, while the Chochosake has been nothing but a nuisance in the water. So, hey Green, this is how you D-Day someone, dipshit. But of course, nothing can be easy, and Green only trained archers and cavalry archers, because they weren't punchable enough before. But we have the samurai printer, and a deep will to curb stomp them. With a good line of defense for the transport ships, we sailed yet again to teach the Chochosake some manners, and this time we had samurai for days. They tried hard to stop us with their puny archers, but Judgment Day is nigh. Their island is really shit to navigate in, but the war machine was at full production, and reinforcements didn't stop until supremacy on the island was achieved. Chochosake defeated, and the scenario ends in 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 12 seconds, with an almost 1.0 KD. Fuck you, Mori, and your landmines. So there it is. Nobunaga is done in a partial time of 33 hours, 28 minutes, and 54 seconds for the victors and vanquished. With only 3 scenarios left and 227 hours, 5 minutes, and 49 seconds for all the campaigns in the game. Or at least until the new DLC comes out. And boy, am I finally excited for a DLC. Brazil is finally being included, and even if it feels completely out of place and almost as much of a stretch as the Three Kingdoms. We're going to Rio next, because the jungle, the favelas, and the tupi await us. But before we finish this, there's an elephant that needs to be addressed, and it's not Amy Schumer. The channel has been a bit abandoned for a while, and it's partly because VAV scenarios suck to make videos about, and partly because I just got burnt out. But the will is coming back for many reasons. Just keep in mind that more different games will start being shown, especially on shorts, since I want to start showcasing some indie games I am in contact with and find interesting. AoE will never stop, but if I want to keep my sanity while making these, I need to add some variety. But if you haven't joined our Discord, there we talk a lot about the Age of Empires. Also, fuck Adobe.